Welcome to On The Bit. I'm Dave from Dream Thoroughbreds, and with me is Lenny from Bluegrass Bloodstock. How are you, Lenny?
Good, Dave.
That's good, mate. This is our first episode back for the 2014 spring, and we hope to provide you with some insights into our stable of horses and some good advice on the punt for the Group 1 feature days, mate. And Saturday is the first Group 1 of the year, mate, the Memsie Stakes over 1400 at Caulfield, and a ripper of a Group 1 to start the season. Who do you like in the Memsie, Lenny?
Couldn't give her a harder race to start off with, Dave.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's a tough Group 1. Pretty even. I'm leaning towards Moment of Change. I think he'll get a good advantage if he can lead, but I don't know if he'll get the lead. There's going to be a bit of speed from Sweet Idea and Messine, but if he can get the lead, I think he'd be pretty hard to hold out. He's obviously been going pretty well. His jump outs at Caulfield have been really good, and he was very game in defeat last start, first up with 62 on his back. He's much better off at the weight for age conditions of this race. He's 4 from 4 at the track, and he's won twice second up. You can get $7 fixed at the moment with the corporates, and I think he's a great each way bet.
Yeah, interesting race because a couple of the Sydney siders have come down chasing a dry track, and Sweet Idea is the likely leader here, but drawn out intense, you may use a little bit of petrol to get across. Moment of Change is one, as Lenny said, a couple of Group 1s in the autumn over the same track and distance, and he was allowed to lead in those races, so I think he'll push up and try and keep Sweet Idea out, so certain to be a bit of pace. The pace will be genuine here. Messine and Dissident are likely to sit right behind the leaders, and the pace will be solid. So I just think it might give a bit of a chance for the horses with a strong finish to get over the top. Boban obviously will appreciate the strong, solid pace up front. Just think he may need this run, and he might peak third up. I'm not sure Waller will have him really revved up for this run. I think the horse that can cause a bit of an upset here, mate. I'm going for a bit of an outsider first up for the season. Exceptional first up performer. He'll appreciate the hot pace up front, and I'm putting in the big strides over the last 100, and I think that's notorious. I think the other big advantage is the last 20 starts he's been ridden by Ryan Maloney. Ryan suspended for Saturday, so Craig Williams jumps on board, and with all due respect to Ryan, I think Craig Williams is a much better jockey, a class above what Ryan is, and I just think that might give him the edge to get over the top. He's $31 in the fixed markets early. Outstanding price to get your spring off to a big value start. Obviously got to back him each way, but he's on the bit for mine. Lenny, stable news, mate. What's been happening over the winter?
Mio Deer winning at Warrnambool.
Yeah, he's won a couple of times, hasn't he?
He loves the winter.
Good prices?
He's won 3 this preparation, so he's been really good for us. We've just got some young ones sort of coming up, Dave, that got from the sales. So, and apart from that, yeah, and the Tattersall sales coming up as well in the UK, which is
that's a big thing for you. Yeah,
big thing for me. Yeah, so I've been pretty busy just trying to get that organised.
Yeah. Well, we were pretty busy last weekend, mate, weren't we, at the Cranbourne Trials? We had we've got a big team of horses back in work for the spring, and getting very excited for the Dream team. Shoe Fetish won a trial by 10 lengths last Tuesday and lines up, hopefully lines up at sale on Sunday. She is an emergency, an 1100 metre maiden. If she sneaks in, I'd probably say she'd be an outstanding chance to win that race. It looks fairly weak. And Lonmac, he also won a trial last Tuesday as well at Cranbourne. He had another good gallop this week, getting ready for a race at Kilmore on Sunday, a 1200 metre maiden as well. He's drawn barrier 6, and I would also suggest that at Kilmore, being on pace, which he will likely do, he's going to be very hard to beat in that as well. It looks like a very winnable race for him. And on Monday we've got 4 horses trialling. We've got the old favourite, Chosen Moment. He's back after a bit of an injury. He goes around to Cranbourne. He'll just have a soft trial and build himself up for a second trial in a couple of weeks' time. Arnina, our fast at Rock filly, she had 1 start for a third at Mornington. She goes around to Cranbourne as well. We'll just see how fit she is. She'll have a good hit out on Tuesday and see if she's ready to go to the races. Showbiz, the Flying Spur filly, she won a jump out at Warwick Farm last Friday. She's going to go around in a trial at Rose Hill on Monday, and that'll give us a bit of an indication to see whether she's ready to go to the races as well. And Due Date, he had a jump out last Friday as well at Warwick Farm. Both those Warwick Farm jump outs are on the pro ride. They're going to the grass at Rosehill on Monday. So he'll trial at Rosehill on Monday as well. He'll probably just have a soft trial as well, and he'll wait to be revved up when he has a second trial in another couple of weeks when he'll be pushed out. So yeah, a lot happening, mate. There's a lot coming back, and there's a few still also in work that aren't ready to trial yet, but they'll be ready to trial in a couple of weeks. So yeah, looking forward to a big spring. Best on breeding, mate. What's your best on breeding for the weekend?
In Sydney, Dave, Rosehill Race 6. Number 1 is a pretty smart horse, Alma Lad.
Yep.
He's by a sire that you purchased a filly this year, Alma. So he's a $50,000 purchase from the 2013 Magic Millions yearling sale. Bargain, yeah. He's Alma is very well bred. He was a Australian Guineas winner himself. And he's had 18 stakes winners, including Fat Al that won the Epsom. The Colts Dam Ilmaham is a full sister to the Gun Sprinter in Samaretti, and half sister to the Triple Group 1 winner in County Tyrone. So there's a bit of pedigree there.
There is a strong pedigree. Hopefully the Elmahers come on with ours as well. Philly, who's been broken in, and with Wes Hunter, and coming along nicely. Probably not a filly we'll see before Christmas, but after Christmas.
That's right.
Value bets. I've got one value bet. I really like this horse on Saturday. Caulfield Race 5, number 1, Flamberge. A really nice race for this Succeed and Excel gelding. He won first up last campaign at Caulfield over 1100. During the prep, he ran 5th in the Group 1 Oakley Plate and 5th in the Group 1 Newmarket against Lankan Rupee, who won both of those races. So his form's outstanding through those Group 1 races. He ended up winning a Group 3 at the end of last prep at Rosehill, and he just looks very well in here, I think, in a pretty soft Group 3 race for mine. He's drawn barrier 2, so he'll kick up on the fence. He should be able to keep his main rivals out wide, and I just think he looks outstanding value. He was $12 fixed when I did this last night. He's actually $9.50 today. I still think that's outstanding value. He should be first or second favourite in that race. Alright, mate, so we've had, as we said, a bit of a break over the winter, so we're back for our on the bit and off the bit lays, mate. So who's your on the bit special for the first Group 1 day of the season, mate?
Gregors, Dave.
We like Gregors?
Race 7, number 3. I think she's a special. Resumed in emphatic fashion, blowing her rivals away. She had 60 kilos. Obviously, it's a lot harder race Saturday.
Yeah.
But she's better weighted. She's only 3 kilos above the minimum, and she's actually proven she can match it with the top class sprinters. She was 4th in an Oakley Plate behind Lankan Rupee, beaten 1.95 lengths, so not far at all. And she has she's second up. She has a fitness edge on some of her rivals here. I don't think she'll be leading like she did last Saturday, or the Saturday before, sorry. But I think she'll have enough speed to sit pretty handy, and when the whips are cracking, I think she'll just pounce. There's currently $3.30 on Bet365, which is the best on offer at the moment. I'll be taking hold of that.
I'm on the bit this week with Caulfield Race 4, number 4, By the Grace. We watched this gelding trial last week, mate, and I thought he was one of the most impressive triallers of the morning, apart from Shoe Fetish, who just brained them. But he trialled against Lion of Belford, and Lion of Belford probably ran out a bit of condition, but he worked home well. He's only had 7 starts for 3 wins. I just think he's got a lot of upside, this horse. I expect him to improve a lot through the spring and just jump through the grades. He'll get back off midfield on Saturday, but with clear running, he'll be storming home the last 200, and I think he'll win and go on to better things. He's $5.50 fixed last night. I just think he's on the bit. Great value this weekend. Off the bit, mate. Who are you laying for the weekend?
Race 1, number 1 at Caulfield, Vervalicious. She's $4 favourite.
Yeah.
I just think she's a nice filly, but I think there's a couple of question marks about her fresh run. Her trial behind the loping was okay, but didn't seem to be of a horse that's been wound up.
Yeah, I don't think she is, no.
Her form last prep was more around the mile,
yeah,
rather than sprinting, and she hasn't run at Caulfield before, and she hasn't won fresh, so there's a few negatives. She also she does press forward. all the speed's inside her, so I think she's going to get trapped out, and jockey's going to have to make a decision whether he sort of goes back and tries to ride for luck. So I think she's a bit of a risk at the price for mine.
Yep. I'm off the bit with race 7, number 2, Commanding Jewel. She's first up for nearly a year, and although she's had a couple of trial wins, they've only been country trials, so I think they would have been fairly soft. I expected a struggle to keep up with the hot pace likely to be set in this race, which is Gregor's race. From barrier 1, she's likely to get shuffled back from there, and I expect her to be off the bit a long way from home, so not for me. She's off the bit for mine. So that's it for the first Group 1 of the season. It's really starting to hot up. It's a great Group 1 to start off the season, and I think it's going to be a ripper spring. So hopefully you stay in tune and watch us every week. We'll be on YouTube and Dream and the Bluegrass Facebook pages. We'll post our link. So good luck, and we'll see you next week. See ya.
See ya.